Stepped off Bentley white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with Oxy. I miscount cause I'm off yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody.
I just scraped it off the top. Cut it on the road, on the curve, on the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of full. Yeah.
New toys, convoys, 100 carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. Heard you is gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a text, my boy. Thumbs up or the emoji with the flex, my boy. Personalize every threat, my boy. Toll free, that's direct, my boy. And if you need a couple, I'm the connect, my boy. Off the top,
I just scraped it off the top. Cut it on the road, on the curve, on the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of full. Yeah.
First off, let me talk my got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my it's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it.
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New England Patriots and the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They run with a fourth-year man. This is Damian Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Again, it's Harris on second down. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Jones. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense for the Patriots, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing on 2nd down, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Harris running straight ahead. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing, Jones. Complete, Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Watson. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. From the gun, here's Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. York able to send this one through. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start the drive with Harris. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They hand this off to Harris. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now on 2nd and 16. Jones, blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
The drive had started well after a punt last time. Now it's slowed down a bit, and let's face it, they don't want to punt the ball in back-to-back series. They want a sustained drive on this one.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Myles Garrett. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
And here's Jake Bailey now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns' drive about to get started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better. And there he goes, Amari Cooper. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
York now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the give, this is Harris. And he's got some space here. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Jones, off play action. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
try and throw for it here. He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. 68 yards. And the Patriots' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Folk connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. The return from his end zone is Grant. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They run again on first down. Chubb. Room here to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a play fake, and it's Watson out to his left. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, Watson. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And I think
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. To the air yet again, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first.
Half. And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
York on now for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. The return is Jones from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Jones now throwing to start the drive. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. On the return from his end zone is Grant. The Browns drive about to get started. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They run it again, and it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Now it's Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And out across midfield down to the 45. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 24. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Harris going to get it again on second down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Second catch for him today. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On fourth down, Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They go up the middle with Chubb.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Watson now to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. One side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They'll run with Harris. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 48 yards on the ground for him so far. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They give to Chubb out of the gun. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 43. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continued.
And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. York now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
He's crashing. He's checking crab. Shift. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
This is Harris.
And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Jones to throw on third down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Talk about two sides of the ball and cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Shoot. Switch.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead is down to 24. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
The return from his end zone is Grant.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are. And let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And Watson's going to throw it here.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit, but for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Throwing again. Jones. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man. Complete. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much